From Bears' last stand to Saban's empire, we built the league, broke the mold, and rewrote the code. Crimson Tide, unstoppable, undeniable, untouchable. 7-9 champs, goal line stand. Barry Cross made Penn State fold their hand. Chile ran, Ogilvy danced. Sugar Bowl glory, banner advance. Ray Perkins brought Bennett's wrath. 3-time All-American cleared the path. Bill Curry's crew, Siren Stacy's fire. Deep steep crown, Crimson never tired. Gene Stallings, 9-2 reign. Teague stripped Miami, left them in pain. Jay Barker Lassick, Odin Tide. Langham locked down, Thorpe took flight. And we're nothing but a winner. The best to ever do it. Crimson Tide rolls deep. No one can outdo it. Built for the lights, bred for the fight. We don't chase greatness, we define it right. Saban touchdown, turn fire to flame. 6 rings later, they chant his name. And Graham ran wild, first Heisman won. 2009, Texas came undone.
Roll Tide, everybody, Roll Tide. Welcome back to College Sports. I am Pike. I'm your host. I'm coming in cooler than the other side of Marble Slab in Tuscaloosa. Whatever the hell that means. We're talking about a story that is so SEC, it practically smells like charcoal and victory. You hear me? We're diving into the odyssey, the travails of one Trinidad Chambliss. I mean, he just popped up. He was at Mississippi. I didn't know where he came from. I thought he started school there. But I looked into this thing as this legal case came up, and I said, I need to just examine this entire deal. This man didn't just come in and break the pocket. He broke the legal system the other day. He went from the Michigan snow to a Mississippi courtroom, and he's got the NCAA shaking like a kicker in the iron bowl. You know what I mean? This man, his genesis starts up north, man. Forest Hill, Northern. I think that's the high school he went to, man. This man is from Grand Rapids. It's cold up there, very cold. He was a late bloomer, more like he's a late bloomer. He's coming into his own now. I hope he can grow a couple more inches. That may solve his problem going forward. But for right now, man, this man got a lot of heart, man. He got that heart that you hear in a Nick Saban, like, halftime speech. You know what I'm saying? He's a dual threat grinder. He relies on his toughness and his leadership. But when this man left high school, he was a developmental prospect. He has 30 frame, reputation for being very coachable. And, while the big-time scouts was sleeping on him, I don't know, maybe his parents couldn't drive him all over the Midwest to every dang up camp that got a tennis shoe brand on it. Nobody knew who he was. But he kept working. He stayed busy sharpening his tools for the next level. So this man, he arrived at a school called Fair State. To be honest, even though I went to a D2 school, even though I have family in Detroit, what up, though? I ain't never heard of Fair State day in my life. No, I think I've heard of it, but I ain't never paid no attention to it. He was a raw talent. He had a chip on his shoulder, the size of his whole state. And even though you can see he had the it factor, that grit makes a man stand tall, man. I mean, that's why this guy he just got it. He just got it. This man, in 2021, 2022, he had taken a red shirt because he was a young quarterback, and these days, I tell some of these young folks, hey, just go ahead and go to JUCO. Don't worry about going to college. If you like this guy, spend 3 years playing with grown people. You might get busted up, whatever, but when you're 22 years old and come out and tell us I want to play college football, you got Sick Nettie, he'll find you. Oh, yeah. Because, see, you don't go straight to Indiana, Michigan, Alabama. No. You ain't got to go to Fair State. You leave any JUCO in the country, guarantee you mess around and carry your butt to, Kennesaw State. What's on the other side of Mississippi over there? One of them Louisiana schools that we don't talk about. Play over there. 1-2 years, you gone. You're 23 years old. Who don't want a 23-year-old grown man? You know how to get in and out of the dorm, no problems. You know what I'm saying? You know how to handle your business. You know how to keep the freaks at bay. You probably know how to control your liquor. I want you on my team. I'm sorry. Plus, you're stronger than any damn thing I'm going to get out of high school. Back to Trinidad Chambliss. That's what mine does, is Ramblers. So 2023, you know, he had a blinking, missed type of affair, man. He had suited up for like 2 games. He had some injuries. There's a crowded depth chart. And his limited snaps will become like Exhibit A in the courtroom battle, which just happened. In 2024, the man went off like a human torch. I mean, he tore up everything. 26 touchdowns by air. I don't even know how many yards. 25 on the ground. 1,000 yards rushing. I do remember that. It was a historic D2 playoff run. He was a national player of the week honors many times. And, you know, he won some other awards. And he was just, you know, the ha-ha when it came to Division II. And so then he moved over to Oxford. And y'all saw what happened, man. He came over to Oxford and he just ripped it all up. He just he brought his talents over there to the SEC and Final Four. You know, stepping into the SEC, the greatest conference ever that we knew about, you know, but I said, I'm questioning the strength of our conference now. I really can't tell because every time Alabama steps up, they say, well, we just so dominant. We're a dominant conference. Well, I'm questioning that. And I keep questioning because usually when you go 7-1 in the SEC, you can beat the rest of the suckers out there. But maybe we off. Maybe we coming together. But, you know, if Alabama don't carry the SEC, it seems like nobody else can. And everybody want to blame us. I got 2 fingers about that. So it's the Alabama conference that's in it, that is the SEC, or do we have a real conference here? Everybody need to get their game together. Stop relying on us to carry you. Because last year, in my opinion, you kind of let us down. That's right. You let Alabama down. Anyway, back to Trinidad Chambliss. He became an instant fan favorite. You know, it's one of them things, you know, D2, man, we need to go to D2 and get us somebody. Yeah, we do need to go to D2 and get some of everybody. Because everybody can't go to these doggone camps. Oh, we come to our camp, you know. It's free for your child. Yeah, but it costs $1,500 to get there. And where are we supposed to stay? In my truck? But I digress. Now, he played 1 electric season for the Rebels, but under the old NCAA rules, booed him. One boo, but his clock had struck midnight. And, yeah, I get it. His clock had struck midnight, and, you know, Ole Miss tried to play nice, asking for a 6-year waiver based on his limited 2022 season, 23, whatever it was. But the suits in Indianapolis, which is really the college presidents, came together and was like, we ain't buying it. Go fish. Get out of here, kid. You're done. So the NCAA denied the request, citing it a lack of medical documentation. Everybody thought the story was over, but they forgot one thing, man. This man's in the SEC. And this is the SEC where none of these schools take L's too nicely. You better go check the record book. But Ole Miss, like, we took a lot of losses in our life, but this one, we think we're not going to take. So they went on down, and they went to court. And Chambliss and his legal team, they wasn't there slapping folks. You know? Now, they were in Lafayette County Court, the state court. This is a strategic and a huge and kind of unfair to the NCAA, which, I don't know, prior to NIL, the NCAA, their middle name was unfair. So I don't give a damn. So, even Lane, you know, they had a home field advantage. They went in the court. You know, he didn't just sue these people. He testified directly. He looked the system directly in the eye, demanding the right to play, really based on their own little rules. But Judge Robert Whitwell didn't just rule. He delivered a textbook hit. And here's the key thing. He came out with a finding. When you start putting findings and stuff and legal precedents start taking place, they carry on to the next court. So they can go to the federal court, whatever, and try to, overrule or overturn this or appeal it. But he found that the NCAA ignored medical evidence and failed to act in good faith. I'm like, shocker. Shocker. The NCAA didn't act in good faith? Oh, well, let me tell you something. They may be able to get around the whole medical evidence thing, but if they prove that the NCAA is not acting in good faith, just like the Supreme Court did when it came to this thing, or what if they get paid in scholarships? Oh, the NCAA don't have a leg to stand on. This is what it's all about, people. It's not about this damn rule book. The rule book means nothing. We have something in this country called common law. I'm not even a lawyer, I understand that. You can't have a rule that contradicts law. And this is what this whole thing is coming down to. So the judge issued a formal injunction granting Trinidad Chambliss a 6-year of eligibility for the 2026 season. Now the NCAA, they called the ruling an impossible situation and vowed to defend its rules to the death. Well, yeah, I don't know. It seems like NCAA is already on his lifeline. Boop, boop. They got a little hard monitor. Boop. It's stuttering. They got a heart murmur. They got a couple of them. Shoot, the NCAA heartbeat sound more like a paradiddle. All my drummers out there know what that is. But it's for now though, the scoreboard is Chambliss 1, bureaucracy 0. Now it's a interesting. People go 1 or 2. There are people on both sides of this thing. The proponents for this, the power to the player people, they supporting that this is a massive win for player rights, allowing the players to bypass the NCAA red tape by heading straight to state courts. Think about it. They'll take their rule book, you take it to court, and you can get a win. A Birdman hands on right now. Now, it creates a roadmap for future players with borderline medical cases, extreme medical cases, possibly hardships, to get the justice they deserve to have. I guess y'all can probably hear me a little better with this, but I'm not sure. But in the NIL era, it's about the bag too, man. Players who are late round prospects can now. What is going on with my phone? Oh, yes, alarm going off. We don't care about no stinking alarm. What is it saying? Anyway. But but now people that know they're going in a late round, y'all got to remember this. Ty Simpson, Jalen Milroe. Ty Simpson, I don't need no stinking $6 million from Miami. Boy, he can do that, man. But if they'd offered that money to Jalen, I don't know. What kind of family you got? What is mom and dad doing back home? That's on Ty to do that. Jalen's making $820,000 right now. Whoever that is, the guy that going to Miami, making $5 million. To do the same thing. To actually get another year to make a splash. I mean, that's kind of interesting to me. It's about the bag. This whole thing is about equity, it's about fairness, and recognize these players are the ones that putting their body on the line. It's always been the case. Go talk to them players that played in like the 60s and the 70s. I got a friend right now. He played for the Steelers like in the 70s. I don't know if he got no living teammates. Bodies are destroyed. But anyway, but the opponents, people that want to keep the order of the NCAA, these are the NCAA loyalists, and some of them are just, I think some people are just, they don't even care about the NCAA. They just want to keep things, I don't know, just keep things in a certain type of way. They feel that this sets a precedent for total anarchy where the rule book is just treated like a suggestion. I'm telling you, it is. When you start taking it to the courtroom, yeah, it's a suggestion. Now, some of the rules in the NCAA, God, I can appreciate them. But some of them I don't give a damn about. Not one lick I don't care nothing about. Because they have been so unfair for so many years, they suck. seen too many lives change because the NCAA said, man, what you got? $850? Okay, you can't play no more. What? A man's whole season is worth $1,600, some tattoos, and I mean, what? They've been so unfair. But the opponents are arguing that how is a state judge going to override national rules? The concept of a level playing field would be dead and buried if they're able to do that. Now, I'm saying like this. Yeah, it's dead and buried. Who gives a damn? I mean, it's a rule book. There's another thing that I don't know nothing about. You go to school for 3 years, they teach you something about it. It's called common law, contract law. This is what gets you. Do you know these kids could even go to court maybe 10 years ago to do nothing? The stories I know about where people had to just do stuff because mama needed some money back home. They sent all the scholarship money back to the house. And they're in the streets hustling. Not drugs all the time, but just hustling anything. Picking up cans, whatever, so they can survive. Oh, but you had a scholarship. I remember when they took away the athletic, the athletic cafeteria. Like athletes used to have a separate cafeteria, and they had more than just having food that was like curated for them, maybe the protein shakes or whatever, energy drinks and all that stuff. It had different damn times to be open. So it was open later than the other places. And there was a reason for that. And for a while, man, it just put people in a pickle. Pissed me off, to be honest. I saw people, man, just like, man, I'm hungry. Especially when you like, essentially you own a Division I team, but you're not that guy. You're just a dude, man. You 3 years of kickoff team and stuff, special teams. Don't matter. You are there for the education. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, people are worried about a flood of lawsuits that will paralyze college sports and favor schools in player-friendly states like Alabama and Mississippi. Obviously, to them, this isn't justice. It's about a legal loophole that will eventually tear the fabric of the game apart, which is rubbish. What's going to tear the fabric of the game apart is the fact that players get paid so much that it's going to be like, it's going to be like every game is going to be like the NBA, like the NBA All-Star game. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. It's like people are going to be trying to stay in college forever because the NFL only got 1,800 spots. How many paying spots are there in the NCAA? 10,000, 20,000, maybe. And how many spots can you get in over 4 to 6 years where you can make almost $1 million, almost $2 million? How much does the McDonald's franchise cost? About 1.5. And you telling me I can go to a school for a couple years and make $3 million and go back somewhere and anywhere and put up a McDonald's franchise and basically make $250,000 a year? Y'all better grow up and wake up. It's a new day. There are people that have left the NFL out of the blue, not just talking about Jim Brown, not just talking about Barry Sanders, people you probably never heard of. They have successful multi-million-dollar operations that they're running right now from the little money they got in the NFL. And I say little money compared to the money they got. You're going to start seeing that. I am waiting. I'm waiting for the guy to leave the SEC and go back home and open about 5 Church's Chickens. And everybody like, but he was going to be a second round pick. That man be like, I'm working for the Lord, or I'm working for the kid neighborhood, and I'm going to sell this chicken and watch y'all play football. I ain't tearing my body up. Anyway, the road ahead for Trinidad Chambliss, he's locked and loaded, and he's eligible for the 2026 season. For now, his message is simple: stay healthy and carve up SEC defense. If he come to Alabama, we're going to bust him in his forehead. But he want to move his draft stock from a priority
free agent to a lock-in selection. That man want to be a doggone lottery pick. I'm still out here, Pittsburgh. I'm here for you if y'all need a fullback. That's the only thing I think I could play. I doubt it. For Ole Miss, though, the Rebels have to navigate the tampering allegations from old Jimbo. Dabble, not Jimbo. Jimbo Fisher is that's my idol. Woo! $76 million. God dog. But Dabo told me them guys over there, they taking my doggone players. They ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. You know, I don't know, Dabo. Why don't you just shut the heck up? Just crying. Why is that man crying about players? The player left, man. I don't know if y'all saw it. Dabo was talking about the rules. What rules you talking about, Dabo? Who you turning people into for tampering? Who you turning them into? Huh? The people that don't act in good faith, the NCAA, that's who you turn them into? Go somewhere, man. Go somewhere, learn how to win some more games. Get back to that. Get your team together, man. You got to work. If Dabo was winning, you wouldn't hear none of this. If he was winning, you wouldn't hear none of this mess. But anyway, I guess Ole Miss is going to be on some kind of microscope because of the legal battle. Maybe the NCAA can get some friends in the federal courts to help them out. But they got a battle-tested QB, man, with a point to prove. And this is going to be his second year in the SEC, so he's probably going to be real deadly if he makes it out there. I got a feeling they're going to probably come back on him and lift the injunction, and he's going to end up missing the draft, which is going to be nuts. That really puts you in a pickle. But I guess you got the supplemental draft in the summer. Now, for the NCAA, the suits in Indianapolis are already sharpening their legal pencils. They're hoping to get the federal court, shut this thing down. They're fighting for survival, trying to survive, trying to reclaim authority before every player in the country starts calling their lawyer after a bad officiating call. There wasn't no pass interference. It was just good physical play. Anyway, but the NCAA, they need to go. They need to get ready for that lawsuit behind this NIL Go bull crap they got going, because that's happening right now too. Oh, we want y'all to take y'all contracts and upload them so we can make sure the deals are fair. So we need to assess by our rule books that the rules are fair. Bro, if they ain't selling drugs or money laundering, we got a whole thing called FinSec, the Financial Information Security, blah, 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 blah. If the IRS is good, FinSec is good, United States Department of Treasury is good, who the heck are y'all? And I bet you they charging these schools for that. Somebody's paying for this NIL Go. It just seemed like a hustle to me. But looking at his NFL prospects, Chambliss is a gritty, not pretty prospect, but he's a dual threat mobility quarterback. He's kind of like Michael Penix, but he got better legs. He has a high football IQ. His experience across those two levels of football gives him, a lot of poise, a lot of grit. Could be like a Brock Purdy type. His arm strength is adequate. His frame isn't prototypical at 6'1", but at the worst case scenario, he's like a Tyler Heineke. And best case scenario, that man can end up being the next Warren Moon. That's who he reminds me of. Just getting it done. He could be a backup that thrives in the NFL for a long time, like Taylor Heineke. But he could end up being a starter for some team. And what if he's Warren Moon? Anyway, his final year at Oxford is going to be like the ultimate pro day or pro year, proving that he can consistently beat the elite SEC speed and the massive defensive lineman that we got. If he shows he can handle pressure, I don't even know. Is Ole Miss on our schedule? Maybe, I don't know. I didn't even look at the schedule. I've been so focused on the great thing that Coach DeBoer has been doing. You have been warned. DeBoer domination is coming. Anyway, but he'll be a high value camp invite right now, who could shock the world, make the 53-man roster. But if he tears it up this year, he could turn himself into a lottery pick. Because have y'all looked at the quarterbacks coming out this year and the quarterbacks coming out next year? You got Arch Manning and Trinidad Chambliss right now. So he got a good shot to get in the first round. So Trinidad didn't just He didn't want another year, man. He kind of changed the game, whether he meant to or not. He took a hit in the pocket and he responded with a haymaker in the courtroom. That's my kind of fight. So whether you love the Rebels, and I don't, or you're a member of the Crimson Faithful like me, you got to respect the hustle. That's why I'm covering. The NCAA thought they were the boss, man. But their rule book, the rule book. But Judge Whitwell reminded them that the rule of common law sinks, trumps, defeats your little rule book any damn day. And the only thing that matters is what happens on the grass when it comes to the NCAA and Ole Miss and Trinidad Chambliss. And that's all I got on that subject. I'll catch y'all next time. Man, please subscribe to the channel. Check me out on Tuesday. Whew, got kind of fired up. My next story is going to be even crazier. With that, always remember, roll tide.
Cold nights, bright lights, coming like armor, legacy heavyweight on our shoulder. Memory deep like a tracks in the snow. We don't flinch when the pressure get colder. Veterans talk, young one listen. Every snap got a purpose, no guessing. Calculated steps, we don't rush fate, we dominate space. Yeah, we bend it. Herd mentality, strengthen the circle. Protect the middle, that's how we nurture. Built through contact, for the repetition. Every mile paid for with conviction. 100 toes, Savannah strong. We move together, can't go wrong. No panic, no fear when the storm come on. Crimson bloodline, we carry on. 100 toes, Savannah strong. We move together, can't go wrong. No panic, no fear when the storm come on. Crimson bloodline, we carry on. Tons of tops around the strong. Heavy footsteps when we roll along. Absolute power when we lock in front. Not here to compete, we here to conquer. Mental vicious, come under fire. Eyes like them when the noise get louder. Opposition foe when it will get tested. We don't blink, we don't get desperate. Strength show quiet, never flashing. Trench show violence, cold and classic. We overwhelmed without the chaos. Dominate ground, yeah, that's status. Championship habits passed hand to hand. From wireless to now, that standard stands. History talk, but the future answer. Every down feel like a slow moving avalanche. Tons of touch, Savannah strong. One heartbeat when the past come on. Built for the war when the nights get long. Crimson tide, yeah, the true live on. Tons of touch, Savannah strong. Ice in the veins, final love. Shortcuts taking your word that done. This ain't a moment, it's a dynasty run. Adjust to the field, adjust to the foe. Tempo sweet like the wind and snow. Every scheme been, every plan flex. We evolve while they still try to guess. Close the ranks when adversity hit, communication tight. Every detail crisp, no fracture line when the pressure spike. We get stronger in the hardest fights. Herd move forward, never retreat. Every block laid like concrete. You feel us coming for you. See that low end rumble of inevitability.
Ooh, patience in the grind. Ooh, greatness take time.
Through the cold, through the heat. Every step was meant to be. From the tundra to the throne. From this family, we grown, unified. When we arrive, battle tested, built to survive. No shortcuts, no bar shine. Every title earned in Alabama time. Repetition made us iron strong. Same song played all season long. We don't chase noise, we chase ring. Move slow, but everything break when we swing. Let the lead, young ones ride. That's our program, never dies. Final crossing, see the end zone glow. Hold her standing, ready to go. This ain't hope, it's destiny. Written in steps, you can feel beneath.